was truly remorseful, I think she would have come out more fervently on behalf of the Jewish people to say, you know what, I misspoke, et cetera, et cetera. But she didn't do that. And so that's why we move forward with this.
There's a pattern of illegals committing crime in our country. There's a pattern of gang members crossing our border. And there's a pattern of this.
Hey everybody, this is episode 7, so welcome to What's Up in Washington. It's been a busy week. We're approaching the August recess, so everything is kind of running and gunning, if you will. They're dumping everything, buckets of water on our head, trying to get everything done before that August recess, including the NDAA, which is the National Defense Authorization Act. And now we have an FAA reauthorization, which we'll talk about. And then when we get back from recess, where I'll be in the district lots of times, and the opportunity to see you all is we'll take up or start addressing the Farm Bill. But let's talk about what's been going on. So when you look at, I've submitted several pieces of legislation. So as it pertains to Ukraine, I had an amendment that prohibits assistance. There's a neo-Nazi group there in Ukraine that arguably currently would be eligible for assistance. And so my amendment simply ensures that no funding is going to the neo-Nazi Russian Volunteer Corps, which is affectionately called the RVC at times. And so again, it's a nuanced bill. But again, I don't think we should be supporting anti-Semitism in any form or fashion, whether it's unintentional or not, right? On that note, segue, I have a resolution that censures Jayapal because she blatantly called Israel a racist state, and that would be, again, a censurable offense because it's purporting or promoting anti-Semitism and violence against Jews and the state of Israel, and that's a problem. And in that backdrop, of all weeks to do it, the president of Israel was here before a joint session of Congress and talked about the important relationship that Israel has with the United States and vice versa. In fact, that the United States of America was the first country to recognize Israel as a nation state. So we have a special relationship. They're our only true ally and partner in the Middle East. I mean, we have some allies, but Israel rises to a different standard, and it's important that we stand firm on that relationship. And also, I don't want to leave this out, I've got a joint resolution with Senator Mike Lee. It's supported by Jordan Peterson, which is amazing, by the way. And what it deals with is mass murderers and the media sensationalizing them. And I do believe that's in most cases unintentional, but what ends up happening is sometimes they get in it unintentionally, and we'll take that as the assumption for now, on a pedestal. And when in reality they should be treated as what they are. They're sick individuals who committed a heinous crime, and they should be treated as such. This is why you mute your phones when you're doing a video. Several amendments that we've offered. So we have the FAA reauthorization. Again, this is one of those bills that's authorized on an annual basis. One of them, and again, these are, again, kind of nerdy, nuanced pieces of legislation, but you have the Beyond program. And what that's talking about or deals with is we have the drones. We know drone technology is advancing. No telling what application it may have in the future, whether it be medicine or whatever, right? And so what can we do to make drone flight safer and beyond the horizon, if you will? So a drone can, a non-military drone could be used in a residential or commercial application for you and I, and to do so in a safe pattern or in a safe way. And so what it did was it struck from the language in that bill anything to do with social. So we should be focusing on safety in the skies, not social woke agendas, right? I mean, if you want to have that conversation, fine, but it shouldn't be in the FAA bill where we're talking about safety and you and I on a plane, or in this case, drones. In addition to that, I had a bill talking about, again, climate change. So, again, our woke friends on the left are trying to insert climate change and a study on climate change as it pertains to turbulence and flights. And again, I know that's nerdy, but what happens is they spend millions and millions and millions and millions of our dollars on this woke nonsense. And what we really want them spending money on is safety. and efficiency and reliability when you and I are in the air. That's the core mission of the FAA. That should be the only thing that they're dealing with. And quite frankly, the FAA is busy and they don't need to be distracted by some of this other nonsense. There was an act called the Schools Not Shelters Act. And the issue with that is you have woke governors housing illegals in schools, and we simply defined the amount of time that could be done, 72 hours. So again, if there's an emergency and a governor needs to use a school to keep people safe, we understand. But what you can't do is house illegals in your school for an indefinite period of time, and quite frankly, potentially endangering students. Again, this is common sense stuff, but it's important stuff, because what we've seen is the government weaponized against us. Whether it's the FBI, the IRS, they're trying to do it with the FAA, the Justice Department. Over and over and over again, woke ideology is slipping into every aspect of our lives. I'm fed up. I've had enough. I came up here to fight. That's what I'm doing, and I continue to do so on your behalf. By the way, had a teletown hall. Representative Matt Gaetz was on it. We had some poll questions in there, but you can go back and watch that if you weren't a party or didn't get to participate in the teletown hall. We'll be posting that for you. One of the poll questions had to deal with Ukraine and funding in Ukraine. And again, all of that will be in the video. Look forward to seeing you next time. This is Congressman Andy Ogles, and this is What's Up in Washington.